That's
Yeah, yeah, you look good, bro. You was born for this. All right, so I kind of want to get into we're gonna dive a little deeper now. I have a comment here that I want you to respond to. Okay, so the common argument in the watch community, in the watch collecting community, that is heard is, I don't need a watch. I use my cell phone. So no one wears watches anymore. That's what a lot of people who collect watches hear from people outside of the watch collecting, the watch enthusiast community. So the common reply is, no one really needs a watch, just like no one needs to comb their hair. But it's stylish and it helps separate you from others. Can you kind of comment on that as it pertains to menswear?
Yeah, absolutely. And what I'll do is people have been proclaiming the death of the suit for years now, right? I mean, I can go back. I remember in the mid to late 90s, .com, everyone was wearing sandals or sneakers to work. No one's wearing a suit anymore. Those days are over. Suit is still around. 2017, there was a great article in The Atlantic about the death of the business suit. Suit is still around. Now, admittedly, I mean, listen, things are different in this pandemic, right? Everyone's on Zoom. I don't know what anyone's wearing from the bottom down. Really. And let's just be honest. I mean, there has been a steady decline in people dressing up. I want to say probably over the last 10 years, casual Fridays. So people have not necessarily seen a need to dress up. I will agree with part of that statement about the watches because it's true. There's a stylistic component to wanting to wear a suit. The only difference I would say is there are going to be occasions in one's life where nothing is better than wearing a suit. That's just the reality. Whether it be a wedding, I hate to talk about funerals, but you know, those stand out as a man should have a suit on, right? And then outside of that, there are going to be some other occasions where wearing some type of suit or formal wear is just appropriate for that occasion. So I won't say that in menswear dressing up is dead. What I will say is that it's changing and it's constantly evolving. And right now we're looking at another evolution, another part of that evolution as we kind of come out of the pandemic. But I do agree. I think the height of stylishness, there's going to be some type of tailored aspect to that part. And it's my goal to really show how you can have fun with it and enjoy getting dressed in that manner. Maybe not every day, but on occasion.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. So now I want to pivot away from suits for a minute because you don't just do suits. And for those of us who in our daily wear, in our daily life, don't have that requirement, even if we do, own one and enjoy them. Can you tell me you mentioned some of what you do at the outset. What would you describe as the differences between a wardrobe consultant and a stylist or tastemaker? Where would you make that distinction, do you think? Is there one, and where would you make it if so?
That's a good question. I think in some aspects, they're all hybrids of each other. When you hear the word stylist, everyone thinks red carpet and who dressed you tonight, right? Oh, my stylist put this together. They went to different designers, put together, hey, let me get this from here, that jewelry from that piece, and put it together and have a whole look. A little different than what I do. I'll describe kind of my role and then, kind of how that works. So what I do really has to do with the individual. It's not about necessarily what's hot at the moment. It's not necessarily about who's wearing what on the red carpet, but it is about you. It's about your personal architecture. It's about your build. It's about your color. It's about your style, and then putting together a wardrobe based on that. And again, like you said, even away from suits, it's what's going to make you look your best for any occasion. Maybe that's a suit one day. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a cool V-neck sweater like you have, with a collared shirt, and a fresh pair of kicks, with a pair of, gray cargo trousers. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's really taking and having that conversation with each individual, and then putting together a wardrobe that's going to be suitable for them. Because at the end of the day, if what you wear does not make you happy, and when you walk out the door, you're not puffing your chest out a little bit, walking a little, your swag's just a little stronger, then I didn't do my job. And that's really the goal of what I do, is to give you that confidence when you put on your clothing that, when you walk out the door, that what you have on is yours. It's unique to you.
Right. Awesome.